present my last project, and this is about Nike getting traction on sustainability. Nike's strategy Nike's strategy is about forcing global sourcing opportunities to produce lower cost product was financially rewarding but had created significant public relations problems for the company. In the 90s, came under attack as the company's overseas labor practices were exposed. Nike's contract factories were criticized by activists alleging workers were systematically subject to conditions including unjust and illegal pay practices, forced overtime, verbal and physical abuse, sexual harassment, interference with unionization, and toxic chemical exposure. Nike first denied responsibility for contract factory workers, for example, that it could not prevent Asian subcontractors from employing young children. The Nike brand sourced virtually all footwear production from roughly 50 factories in China, Vietnam, Indonesia, and Thailand. Nike footwear, apparel, and equipment sourced materials from nearly 700 factories located in 52 countries, creating a massive global supply chain with a carbon footprint of 1.36 million tons. The Nike brand, a subsidiary of Nike Inc., was organized around more than 30 products categories responsible for designing, developing, and marketing products for consumers' niches, such as running and basketball. Categories house key support functions like product engineers and innovation and maintaining, connections to Nike's factory, license offices, and sales and marketing functions. In 2008, Nike was the world's leading brand athletic footwear, apparel, and equipment, with Nike, Umbro, Converse, and Cole Haan. Nike had kept waste and solvent data on a small sample of high-volume models for every product season by factory, region, category over throughout the past decade. Nike was also had several years of data on dozens of aggregate material waste streams, including hazardous waste, water use, and consider had only developed road and estimate the embedded energy and water use and material. Nike to realize they actually comprise the company's greatest environmental impacts. Materials footprint were derived from the material specifications and producing regions, the fair and facility. Nike's 2006 report boasts that one of their bigger accomplishment was being the measuring of Nike's waste footprint and the broader footprint of our entire supply chain. We can now create a baseline against which can establish targets and means to measure the real impact that the company can define now as success looks like. Categories rely on their value chain partners for production, creation, and marketing. Some factories were highly responsive to category requests for help in placement considered by others, either because of their size, prior capital, investment in less efficient machinery management focus, or lack of technical capacity were not able to nimbly and successfully execute considered. And the developer was confident the most technically sophisticated group would have achieved satisfactory bonds with only water chemistry. Material suppliers were often hesitant to engineer and invest on the needed reverse supply chain without confidence they would receive profitable volumes, which Nike categories were often unwilling or unable to promise. Retailers prefer to highlight shoes other attributes like color and size, for example. And that's all. Thank you.